We love hip hop.
Touch the road. The online, the Child Safety Act. Have you guys been, or Child Online Safety Act? It's something that's going on in the UK. It's not here yet. But basically, they're asking for ID to be able to go on specific sites.
Good.
It started with obviously stuff like the Hub and stuff like that, right? Yeah. Adult sites and stuff. But now you have to have ID to go on certain Reddit, or not Reddit pages, Reddit pages too, but Discord pages.
Good.
Not good.
Spotify. So you're trying to tell me I need to show ID to go on Spotify and that's good?
Yeah.
Idiot thing.
That's a idiot thing, dog. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you guys say that. You have kids?
Dog, to listen to music on Spotify?
Okay, so now, my kid goes on Spotify, and if they don't give her like a blockage, right? She's listening to what I'm listening to and you're listening to. She should be like, my kids should be listening to what we're listening to.
No, he's not saying the age restriction aspect. It's more identifying yourself to the website.
I know. I get it, right? Because I was already in my head, like, I am not putting my identification on.
Yeah, you got to do it too.
I am not putting my shit up. That's for sure.
Oh, definitely not.
I'm going to figure out a way to get around that, right? But I'm like,
but they're going to ask you to put your shit to get on Spotify and everything too. It's not just the youth, them. It's everybody.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because it's me. I'm not doing nothing illegal on Spotify. I'm not watching on Spotify. You know what I mean? I don't want you knowing my business like that, right? But I'm saying, like, when it comes to maybe that's for prevention for children. I'm telling you the truth. Like think about it. Right now, if you're a boy and you're like 10 years old, you know, your brethren's there, has a cell phone, and he's like, yo, you guys want to see something? But and shows you're like a girl getting penetrated. The first thing you're doing is going home to your mom and be like, can I get a cell phone too? You get the cell phone now. What's the first thing you're going to do?
Bro's telling his life story right now.
I can get on Instagram. I could get on Instagram right away as a 10, 11-year-old, and I'm on Instagram jerking my little dick. You know what I'm saying? To like the little pictures and shit. And then I'm on, Pornhub as a little kid without having ID, notifying that I'm 18 and over.
That's literally how all of us came up.
Thank you. But that needs to stop. What?
Okay, I
that
understand.
part, it needs to stop. So we're being offended because we're adults and having to show our ID for Spotify and shit like that.
You think that, but young boys, young girls, they're always gonna be curious. That, like, we are humans, you know what I mean? Like, so like if everything's gonna be restricted and stuff, then like, where are they going to learn?
That's where did we learn? We learned from VHS, granted, and by doing it for real.
VHS is crazy.
Yeah, I learned from the streets. I learned something from my parents.
Okay.
I learned from.
You know what these things, some of these dopamines are doing to some of these kids' minds? Underdeveloping them. Let's just say that.
I'm just saying.
Half of them don't know who the hell they are.
But I'm saying it's up to the parents.
They're coming into you and looking at you like, hey, I want to be Johnny. It's a girl. Or the girl wants to be now. Or the guy wants to be now.
But that is like when you leave it up to society and up to the school to teach your children, to guide them, that's when that happens. I feel like if the parents are taking like a proactive approach in their children's lives,
that too,
then that is the best prevention. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you're not making sense because at the end of the day, a child is a child. Doesn't matter what I can teach my child. If she's feeling or he's feeling inside that he wants to be this way, that's not because of the way I raised him. I can only give him the best tools and the advantages of life, but it's his decision or her decision, my nigga. So if my kid is watching now,
say prawn or
corn. Corn, sorry.
You're giving me a lot of work.
Sorry, but I'm being honest. Right? If my kid is watching these things at the age of 11 and 12, their minds are being ruined faster than if they had to wonder about it. Let's just be real.
Yeah.
Now a kid who's 10 and is watching these things on a regular, jerking their little, you know what I'm saying? Then going to school and then touching up girls.
I do see what you mean. Okay, but
and
then like
parents could be teaching them, don't do that.
Okay, so we lock off the hub, we lock off everything. We still have music,
but now you
music
have
videos. So we're gonna lock off YouTube and everything. Like,
bro. Yeah, bro.
That's
Put
where
some
we're headed.
parental advisory on some stuff now, bro.
But I feel like Zar said, it's kind of like this Big Brother 1980.
That's literally what we have. You know why we have to do it now? Because they're letting it get so careless and free where they're just letting everyone do everything and you can do this and get away with it, whatever. So it's like they're going to respond with strict enforcement where it's like, okay, we're going to see what websites people are going. We're going to see their communications. We're going to see where they're going. We're going to see what time they did this. And they're going to fully monitor us. And that's going to be in the name of like bettering society, making everyone safer.
But
that's where we're headed.
That's where we relinquish control. Like, look what happened during the the Ovid times. You know what I mean? We're like, we relinquished control. We're like, okay, we'll stay in the house for a bit. And then they went crazy with it. They're like, all these restrictions, even when the world opened up, they still kept us restricted. So I feel like once we, like, as soon as we give them an inch, they take them out, and the next mile, and the next mile.
Yeah, I know. But I don't care about that part. I understand what they're doing, but I'm about the kids. Okay, bro, the kids are the future. So right? You are over. You're 30. I'm 40. So you're 30. We're over. It's the ones behind us that now you're gonna have a bunch of sexual driven kids, bro. If we keep allowing like them to be able to just press 18,
every generation had truly driven kids, bro.
Yes, but it was more to my imagination than to bro. I have younger kids around me. They know what is going on, bro, and where are they learning it from? In
the 70s, they had the mags and stuff. The youth them were going.
The mags is different.
How is it different?
Okay, let me jump in here.
Yeah,
I think you're both right, but there is some differences because we had to go and find the magazine, like our parents' dirty magazine, if they had them. Where now it's like you could just pick up the phone and we can just go into anything. Don't get me wrong, I am not pro Child Safety Act or whatever. I really think we shouldn't have anybody telling us what we can and can't look at on our phone. But I do understand where Dusty's coming from, where it's like our kids are allowed to just access anything. We need to find a middle ground where
there are things where like there are parental locks and stuff where like certain apps you can kind of get like the teen version and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So those things I'm all down for, but like to say, oh, the whole world has to show your ID now.
I'm not down with that.
You know I'm not down with that, but that's you. That's up to you if you want to give your ID to that. That's gonna mean, you know what? That part of the dopamine of scrolling and all that shit.
No, but that goes beyond that because they said it started with those adult sites, and then this is in the UK right now, right?
Yeah.
They've expanded it. So now you can't even just go on Spotify. So like my big old 50-year-old age, I got to show ID so I can go listen to the new Nas song. I idiot thing.
Yes, but if you look at the countries that implement these like strict control measures, they are run more efficiently. There's less freedom for sure, but there's less crime, less like less poverty maybe.
Yeah, UK though is a little bit different. Maybe they're doing something kind of like because they got drill music. Maybe that's the reason why I have the spinach of like what these kids are listening to. Because bro, if you really take in like go look up some documentaries right now in the UK and the music and it's not just black people there anymore, Jamaicans or Caribbeans running down people and stabbing people, bro. It's a lot of Muslims.
Bro, in the 80s, they had serial killers and stuff. I feel like in every generation, we're like, oh, this is like the worst it's ever been. But like human nature, there's always going to be like the stush girl and there's always going to be the loose girl. There's always going to be the good you and there's always going to be the bad you.
But then how do you control the loose girl?
You can't, bro.
How did the one who's more controlled be controlled?
I feel like it's just like the balance of life.
But don't you feel like the ratios are off now where it's like maybe now there are girls who are loose that wouldn't have been loose back in the day because they're not.
Bro, when I was in middle school, people were slamming in middle school.
So what? But my kid didn't have an OF. My girl doesn't have like this.
They didn't have OF.
Okay, my brethren's daughter right now has an OF, bro. And she's 19. Stop it, please.
Send the link.
Stop it.
Whoa.
I'm joking. Natural, bro. He watches the show. Natural, bro. Natural, bro.
But I was saying, okay, they didn't have OF.
Right here.
They didn't have OF, but you know what they had? They had not Tumblr, but they had Vibe.to and certain things where like news were going around. Like even like when we were younger, before the internet and stuff, they would just have the neighborhood brainer. You know what I mean? We're like
the eater.
Literally type. So like.
But it was more hidden, like it was more, you know what I'm saying?
It was just less advanced. That's what I think. Because back in the day, mans were jerking off to sculptures of female figures.
Yes, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I was humping my pillow to Peggy Bundy, bro.
They're like, and it's like ceramic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you don't think that once they put the restrictions on, man, I'm just gonna say, okay, F the hub. I'm just gonna like draw a picture, like
you know what?
No, we're not gonna go back prehistoric.
Sorry,
they're gonna have ChatGPT. Female version, male version, whatever people want in the stall. And like, if they could just keep us at the crib with that, with like giving us like whatever kush alcohol we need, bogeys, whatever food, and like entertainment, I feel like 90% of the population is just gonna be cool with that.
You're locked in.
Yeah, your business is a lot out there now too. You don't want to be on some of these sites. They're like, you know what I mean, grabbing your shit,
your info.
Okay, last question I have for you guys. Okay, have you ever like wanted to get your thing off, but like let's say you didn't have like Wi-Fi on your phone or something? Like,
oh shit!
Did you ever have to go to like an alternative means?
Whoa, what are you doing? You're going in your car and doing all this? Like,
no, I mean like
Tim Hortons and sitting in the parking
lot. Like to get no, to get the visual stimulation. Like I would have like nudes, like certain things sent me from before, and like I would just like resort to that.
I was born in the 80s. I used to hump my pillow to Peggy Bundy. Okay,
like just straight imagination.
No, I'd watch the TV and hump my little pillow.
That's a joke.
Oh, man.
I was a horn dog when
Peggy
I was a
Bundy,
kid.
what show was that again? Al Bundy.
Married with children, dog. Everybody wanted to fuck Kelly Bundy.
Yeah, Kelly Bundy was a looker still.
Right?
But
and Peggy.
You know, you also can have videos. You can save stuff in your phone and stuff like that. So you could always go back into the stash. Yeah.
The emergency.
That's called a power jerker thinking ahead.
So yo, you never had a recall memory jerk of just like memories?
No, facts.
Oh, where you're like sitting in your bed and you're
like, remember that one time?
That bit got me horny.
You're talking to somebody who's been to jail, so yes.
These guys can imagine anything.
No, but there was what, and listen, last thing, and we'll get off of this. When the magazines touched down, bro, it was like, oh my God, it was like it was almost like a real girl.
What about like, Melissa Ford?
Yeah, man.
When
like,
the King magazine dropped?
No, I'm talking about like nudies. Like I'm seeing puss like inside.
Like
and it's like after not having puss for months, not even seeing one, like it blows your mind, bro. It's like it takes the Corn magazine like on steroids.
What would you guys get? Like Scoreland and all that? Voluptuous?
Like,
what's up?
Whatever little freaking dirty mag that got in there. I was like, oh my God.
Can't remember the names.
Was it just straight up pictures or would there be like words?
No, like the picture mags. Like y'all seen those ones.
Now there's write-ups on the girls and stuff.
Yeah.
I never read a write-up on these girls, bro. You're looking straight to the post.
You know the 3D books where like the picture pops up? That's
what I thought. That'd be crazy. Soon they'll have a hologram where the girl's just like floating like this, like rotating.
You
just grab her and say, yeah.
The OnlyFans Ray-Ban medals would go crazy.
Yo, I'm buying a pair this week, eh? I am buying a pair of those Ray-Bans.
It's worth it. Everyone has them. But I prefer the Action, GoPro Action. My DJI Osmo Action 5. I got better than
I got that, but I want to be able to just have the glasses on and I'm talking to you. And I'm just like, reading your profile.
Well, listen, man, salute to all the people out there who are dealing with that in England. Hopefully we don't get that here. We probably will. But yeah, to be continued. You know what I'm saying? I think we could wrap it up for the evening here.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.